Salam.
The existence of faces in our organizations. Our nations with God, it is the one that's given us the chance and to take on these steps for the first and before. So we will depend here in a good situation. It's a pleasure to deliver my speech with the churches and the people of religions, not science and beliefs of the world. With the big chance and the giving of the speech, I will be giving out the speech with the title Exploring the Rich Heritage and Agriculture on Maui. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm sure that we all have heard of Maui. Has anyone here heard of Maui? I'm sure that we all have, seems like many have heard about it. So here's more about it. Town Park is a place around 7 kilometers away east of Maui. Town Park is a place around 7 kilometers away east of Maui. On part is a recreational park and a swimming pool. Town Park has a man-made lake, a restaurant, swimming pool, and etc. Town Park has many facilities. There was just 7 facilities. You need to pay an entry ticket. The price of that entry ticket is 10,000 rupiah. After you pay the entry ticket, you need to go inside. Inside you can see many things, as baseballs and the main attachments, which is the controls and the swimming pool. The swimming pools, there are around 2 swimming pools in the river. In the tower and in the areas has a ceremony and tradition. The ceremony and tradition is called the Kuchi is a ritual to give out respect to the ancestors, celebrate and give praises to God, and to celebrate their harvest, their successful harvest. The Kuchi is a Kuchi water, in which Kuchi water has many other uses. After that, we use for the ritual. Ritual has uses in the farming sector and in the fishing sector. In the farming sector, they use the fishing water to fill the irrigations for the farmer and power. In the fishing sector, they use fishing water to supply and to serve the fishes and the poultry farms. However, you cannot fish out the fishes. In town, there's a lot of cultures and heritage such as mentioned in the title. Town contains many traditions, those traditions and the various traditions and the facilities. The park is popular because of its beauty. It's special ways. And the type of parks, never here, we have is required to ladies and gentlemen, I'm sure that you all have heard of our that's the tower and many other facilities like persons as AFCE as a rest of the population. To popularize and preserve the culture, being said by yes and us. To the churches and addresses on how the participants are usually the mistakes that really have by many mistakes such as stuttering, misinterpretation of words, and loss of words regarding the speech. I am honored to be here to give up the speech to everyone who makes our thanks was our brother who are brother to the Lord.
Selanjutnya adalah sesi tanya jawab.
Okay. Your full name is?
My full name is Jacob Mikael.
Thank you. Well, my first question. Why do you choose travel as the topic of your speech?
I just thought maybe because of the times I have experienced the beauty and dimension of power.
Can you speak more loudly?
I chose power because I have visited it many times and I have a lot of experience being there.
Right. The second question. What do you hope from the government, especially now, in order to develop and make some progress in our swimming pool?
My hope for the government and university about our swimming pool is that they can popularize it, improve any misinterpreted things on the website, maybe the wrong stuff about it, and overall just improve the whole situation.
Well, and can you describe, probably in around 5 sentences, only 5 sentences, telling us about some important things which can be considered to be icon to attract visitors to visit our once more, only in 5 sentences.
The first sentence is we need to popularize towels such as maybe posting about it on social media and other social platforms. And also help with funding the towel, the government with manpower to improve its quality and around. And the third sentence is to maybe visit it a lot more and invite some of your other friends outside and maybe visit it. So they can get more. Also to prepare and yeah, that's it.
Okay, thank you. And the last question. As a student, what can you do to take participation to promote Taiwan to your friends?
Excuse me, please.
As a student, to take part in promoting Taiwan to your friends, what can you do?
To promote our to my friends, I can maybe invite them there, more about the place, to get them excited and overall happy to be able to visit the place.
Okay, thank you. Applause for your first performance.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah rabbil alamin. Assalatu wassalamu ala asrafil anbiya'i wal mursalin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Amma ba'd. The honorable judges and dear audiences, last thanks to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala who has given us mercy and bless, so we all can gather in this great occasion. And may His peace be upon to our Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, who has brought us from the darkness to the brightest era. I'm here to deliver a speech about the exotic of pengantin. Dear audiences, pengantin or bride. When we first time hear it, we definitely think about people who are getting married. And we are not wrong. But this word is also used for a name of an object destination. Surprised? Me too. When I first heard pengantin as an object destination, I was totally surprised. Anyway, let me introduce you to pengantin waterfall. Pengantin waterfall is one of the object destinations in our January. Pengantin waterfall presents a charm of natural beauty that will hypnotize anyone who visits it. Pengantin waterfall is located at the Hargomulyo village, Rambe, Nawi Jamsi, East Java. So, why is it called Pengantin waterfall? Isn't it just an ordinary waterfall? No. It is called Pengantin waterfall because there are two waterfalls that is separated, but located side by side. On the right side, it is called Kapur waterfall. This name was made because the waterfall that flows on the right is heavier than the left side, as if giving the impression of a firmness of a man. While on the left, it is called Putri waterfall. This name is made because the waterfall that flows is not so hard, as if giving the impression of a gentle attitude of a woman. The waterfalls are located side by side and have the same height from the bottom, which is 12 meters, so that it has the impression of a couple. That's why it is called Pengantin waterfall. Dear audiences, Pengantin waterfall is divided into two parts: a place for lodging or camping, and the waterfall itself. With only 10,000 rupiahs, you can enjoy the beauty of Pengantin waterfall. We cannot easily enter the waterfall. We have to go down a very long staircase to get there. Around the stairs, there are lots of decorations that can be used to take pictures, so you will not get bored during the walk. When we almost get there, we will be greeted by the small waterfall, porcupine cave, and Sendang Kahuripan. Basically, Sendang Kahuripan is water that is used for tradition when marriage. When we arrived, the center was filled with various places to rest. There are bedrooms, prayer rooms, a cafeteria, and lots of gazebos. On the right side of the place, then, we find what we're waiting for: the Pengantin waterfall. We can enjoy the beauty and the coolness of Pengantin waterfall with our family, friends, or loved ones. But behind all the excitements, there are many myths about Pengantin waterfall. For example, if you visit and touch the water from the waterfall with your partner, then your relationship will be last forever. And there's also a story about Pengantin waterfall. Galiman, who was an Islamic preacher in Western Hamlet. At that time, he was very interested in wedding tradition of local residents. Eventually, he was trusted by the villagers to lead the wedding procession. Every time he performs a ritual, he's always started by fasting, and then taking the holy water from a waterfall, which is drunk by the bride and groom. According to him, the waterfall is a symbol of two different types of person that is created by God. Dear audiences, when you want to visit Pengantin Waterfall, I have some tips before you go there. First, visit Pengantin Waterfall when the weather is sunny, especially in the morning. Second, keep safety by always being careful when visiting. And third, don't forget to bring a camera to capture your moment at Pengantin Waterfall. Dear audiences, after knowing all about Pengantin Waterfall, I hope we all can embrace Rawi object destinations so our agency can be more successful. Enjoy the beauty of Pengantin Waterfall with your family, friends, or partner. That's all I can say about Pengantin Waterfall. Thanks for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Baik, selanjutnya adalah sesi tanya jawab.
Are you ready for the question and answer?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay. Would you like to tell me your name, please?
My full name is Naila Bisajara Al-Hamidi, but usually my friends call me Naila.
I see. But I don't want to ask you more about your name. Well, my first question. Talking about Pengantin or Pengantin Waterfall, where is it located?
Oh, it's at Harbour Village, Barangay, in Lampung, Jersey.
Can you tell me how can I get there from here?
Oh, so you can see from Rambe Market, you know.
No, my question is how can I get there from here?
From here,
Yes.
you can go from to Rambe first, and then if you meet the Rambe Market, then you just need to turn back.
I'm sorry if I'm a stranger here and I don't know Rambe. So from Semasa, I need to know how I can get there from here.
So you can just, I'm sorry, I don't really know the streets here. So you can ask, like, you have Google Maps, or you can ask some local residents here. I'm sorry.
Yes, actually you must be able to tell it more completely because you talk about the Pengantin Waterfall and you must know the direction so that you can give more information to anyone probably want to visit it. It's okay. Well, Manila, my next question. Actually, what makes this tourism attraction become something like special attention? I mean, it can attract people's attention to visit it. If you don't mind, please tell me actually what kind of attraction which can probably something like encourage or maybe something like influence, and also a kind of give some recommendation to maybe the people not only in Ngawi but probably all around Indonesia to visit it.
Alright, so to attract visitors, the Pengantin waterfall is so unique. There are two waterfalls which is side by side, and it is called Pengantin waterfall, and it's the right side was the man and the left side is woman. So for me, it makes me like that is so interesting. So if you want to visit like your holiday, you want to visit somewhere, Penampilan World is so recommended for me.
Okay. What makes it different from, sorry, the other one that you told me, what is it? The other waterfall that you mentioned in your story? You told me about Pengantin waterfall, and then, if not mistaken, you also stated here another waterfall nearby. What is it?
Another waterfall nearby.
Yes.
Oh, I see. I think there's like a lot because Januari have so much mountains. But I just have visited one waterfall. So.
Okay. You probably misunderstood it, maybe, but it's okay. Well, Naila, why tourism become something important, or probably become something like source of income for the government, especially in Mali in this case, and why tourism can be considered to be important? Yes.
So your question is about why tourism is so important about to success the emergency. So my answer is because tourism is so important because if they have visited some object destinations in Mali and they think, oh, it's so good and it's so great, then they can like influence other people to visit there. So it's like more and more visitors there. So Mali can be more successful.
Okay, the next question. Do you ever think that someday you will become something like becoming, I can say something like you ever join any other competition?
Oh yes, I am joining one competition.
What competition is it?
It's porcelain.
I see. From what field?
Village?
Yes, I mean, what kind of competition do you join in that person? What?
I joined English speech contest and luckily I got the first prize.
Okay, congratulations for that.
Thank you.
Well, my question related to that, if you have chance to promote the existence of Penampilan waterfall, how will you do that? How will you promote that to probably other people, not only in Mali, but all around Indonesia, or even all over the world, something like that?
Oh, I will make a post about Penampilan waterfall, I post a picture and another part maybe. So other people all over the world can be like, oh, it's so interesting, and maybe soon they will come here.
Okay, thank you. Applause for Naila.
Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. First of all, let us thank the Almighty God. It is because of Him we are all able to attend this MEO competition on January 21st,
before. Last but not least, I would like to give my thanks to the judges and administrators for giving me this very special opportunity to compete in this competition. Everyone, good morning. My name is Teresa Cristianto from SMPN Ngawi, standing right before you all to deliver my speech. I hope you all are as excited as I am. The topic of my speech is the history of Penampilan based on facts and folklore. Everyone, Penampilan, more likely known as Penampilan, is a Dutch fortress located in Balong village, Ngawi Buka district in Ngawi. Now, before I start, I would like to ask you all a question. I'm sure you all have heard of the famous tourism object called Penampilan. Am I correct? Well, I'm here to tell you all the history behind this place. Penampilan. As for the physical appearance, it measures up to 165 meters by 80 meters and is built on 15 hectares of land. As you head into the main entrance, you are greeted with a smooth white building and a huge sign that says Finalis. That is where you can buy your ticket and head deeper into the parking areas. Soon, you'll get to witness the astonishing streaming river called Bengawan Solo. It is the longest river on the island of Java in Indonesia. The drizzling waters are truly a pleasant sight. As you step inside this white fortress, you'll finally get to see the magnificent beauty of Penampilan. This tourism object has many rooms and facilities and is very spacious. These rooms include prisons, barracks, and armory. You can also get to see the real grave of Kiai Haji Muhammad Salim in this building. This building also has prayer rooms and restrooms for people who want to take a bathroom break. As for the history of Penampilan, began when Ngawi was successfully inhabited by the Dutch in 1825. Back then, Ngawi was known as one of the center of trade and shipping in East Java, and one of the center of defense in Madiun as well. To maintain their power, the Dutch East Indies government built a fort, which was later named Penampilan. Just later named Penampilan. Mainly, Kiai Haji Muhammad Salim fought off the Dutch, fought off the Dutch and improved Ngawi people's resistance against the Dutch. It was supposedly, according to the people, Kiai Muhammad Salim had the power to be immune to bullets and weapons, so the Dutch made a strategy to bury Kiai Muhammad Salim alive around the core zone war of Penampilan. This place, on the south side of the Penampilan, there are two wells 100 to 200 meters deep. It is believed that Dutch soldiers used this well to dispose remains of prisoners and forced laborers. Second, during the Japanese occupation, this fort changed function into a prison. In this fort, it was reported that 1,580 men were languished in this building. It was also reported that the head commander of this fort was Nakamura, and the nearby residents employed as his guards. That is all that I can give. That is all the information I can give about from this place. Thank you for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Baik, selanjutnya adalah sesi tanya jawab.
Okay. Good morning, Teresia.
Good morning.
Okay. What's your nickname, please?
Tessa.
I see. Tessa, you choose Penampilan this case as the topic of your performance today. And well, I would like to ask you about this Pandem Boss. Yeah, this Pandem Boss. Okay. Well, my first question. Why do you choose Penampilan Boss as the topic of your performance today?
Because Penampilan is one of the most famous and interesting tourism objects in Ngawi, and I thought it would be interesting to make a speech about that.
Well, the second question. Please tell me probably the basic story of Penampilan only in 5 sentences.
Penampilan was a fort built by the East Indies government and it's completed during 1845, and it was used as a residence for 250 Dutch soldiers and 60 cavalry led by Johannes van den Bos. And now and back then, for the independence of Indonesia, it's used for the army's military. That's all.
Three.
Oh, three.
You get that book, I want you to the 5.
And back then, it was also used as a prison for the Japanese during the Japanese occupation back in Indonesia. And now it's used as a tourism object for people to visit and see.
Well, my next question. What do you know about the difference, or probably differences, about Penampilan was now and maybe 10 or 50 years ago?
Back then, the walls were still dusty and it didn't really look that clean, but now it is so much more improved and it is very clean and it's very interesting, very amazing and very beautiful, and it is very recommended to visit.
Thank you. How important is Pandem Boss to the students?
I think it is very important because Pandem Boss has many history that it will be important for the students to learn about, because it is just a very interesting and amazing place.
The last but not least, of course. Why it is named Vandenbosch?
Because the cavalry and Dutch soldiers were led by Johannes van den Bosch, and he is one of the most important figures in the fort battle.
Thank you.
Assalamualaikum.
The applause, please.
Honorable judges and all of the audiences, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Greetings to the judges and the committees and my beloved friends. In this beautiful day and wonderful occasion, I would like to tell my name. My name is Aira Alvia Maharswati. You can call me Aira, and I'm from MCSN 59. And today, I will give you a speech with a title, The History That We Kept in the Trivial Museum. But before that, I want to say thanks to the God who gives us mercy and blessings so we all can be here in the good health. And I also want to say thanks to the judge and the committees who gave me the opportunity to be able to give a speech here. Ladies and gentlemen, history is something that we cannot separate from humans' life, because humans live in the history all of the time. The past, the present, the future. Isn't all that going to be a history someday? And I think history is very important, because the history is full of knowledge. We all here live with what our ancestors once made and found. And the knowledge is growing and lives along with the history itself. So that's why we must keep our history safe. We must keep it in a safe place where we can always reach and see it. And I guess that's just one of the reasons why museums are made, to make sure that we can protect our history, to make sure that we will never forget about our history. Ladies and gentlemen, if we talk about history, do you know that history, we must keep our history in a museum? And do you know that in our town, now there is a museum? Yes, it's called the Trivial Museum. Have you ever been there? Honestly, I think the Trivial Museum is such an interesting place, because not only we can learn more about the human evolution, but there is also an outdoor park where kids and parents can play together. So, in conclusion, not only we can learn about the world's knowledge and the human evolution, but we can also do it in a fun place. And also, do you know that the Trivial Museum is one of the most important museums in Java? The discovery that we found there is even once shocked the world. So, what exactly is the discovery? It is an evidence for the evolution of ancient humans. And I think it isn't very surprising if the Trivial Museum is important. Because like I said, we must keep our history safe in a place where we can always reach and see. Ladies and gentlemen, if we want to keep our history safe, we cannot just do it by putting it in a museum, but we have to also do it by putting it in our mind and our heart. But the question is, how? How are we going to put it in our mind and our heart? Well, one way to do it is to learn about our history. But not just the evolution or revolution. We have to also learn about the culture and the religion. Because the culture and the religion is also a part of our history.
It's also a part of our life. And I personally think that keeping our history safe is a duty and a job for all of us. Because if it's not from history, then where else? How else are we going to learn about our ancestors? How else are we going to know about all of the events of the world? Don't you want our next generation to remember us? Don't you want our next generation, our future generation, to be able to learn from our mistakes and our successes? Of course, I think we all here want it, right? So, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you can catch from what I'm trying to say in my speech. I hope together we can make our history safe. I hope together we can make a better future, a better history for our next generation. My name is Aira Aladian, and I'm from MCSN 5. That's all of my speech. I'm sorry if I make mistakes, and thank you so much for your attention.
Baik, untuk selanjutnya adalah sesi tanya jawab.
Well, thanks for the time. I would like to ask you your full name, please.
My full name is Aira Aladian.
Okay, how do your friends call you?
My friends call me by Aira.
I see. Well, before I go to the next question, I still would like to know a little bit thing about you. Can you please tell me your address?
I live in Penampilan, Nali.
I see. Thank you.
Okay.
Well, let me go to the first question. Trinidad Museum.
Yes.
What do you have in your mind about Trinidad Museum?
Well, first thing I have in my mind, Trinidad Museum is an interesting place because personally I like to study and I like to learn. Personally, I like to learn about the English and history. And the Trinidad Museum taught many history, especially the human evolution. So I think the Trinidad Museum is an interesting place to me.
Okay. By the way, have you ever been there?
Yes, I have been there when I was little, so that is a field trip or an outbound in my school, and I go there. And what I remember about the Trinidad Museum is a big elephant statue where I was once climbed to with my friends.
I see. If I may know, in what grade were you when you went there?
Maybe the second grade in elementary school or maybe the third. I go there when I was little in elementary school.
I see. Why didn't you go there since then?
Because if I want to go to a maybe tourist place, I go with my family or maybe my friends. But my family and friends didn't go there, so I didn't go there.
I see. Well, I like the way you are answering. Next question. This is our question. As far as you're concerned about Trinidad Museum,
Yes?
in Navi, Trinidad Museum occupies what the season if you rank the total tourism objects in Navi. So, in your concern, in your understanding, in your consideration, Trinidad Museum occupies what position if you make it in rank?
Honestly, I didn't go to many places in Mali, but if I have to rate it, maybe I will rate it in the top 3, in the third place.
Why you put it on the top 3?
Because the first rank is I will go to the Penampilan or Finalis. because my friends go there a lot with me. And the second I will give to the Jamus speaker room because I think it's beautiful and it's near from my house.
Okay. From the top 3,
Yes.
so you place Penampilan on the first, second, or third, I'm sorry?
The Penampilan in the first and the Jamus detergent in the second.
I see. So Penampilan would be the last, yeah?
Yeah, the third.
Yeah, I mean the last of 3. Okay. Still next question.
Okay.
Historically, among the top 3 that you just mentioned, which one is considered to be the most important in the world of history and I can say as heritage?
I think it's the Penampilan because the Penampilan is heritage from the colonial touch.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Well, do you ever watch on YouTube probably, or read in magazine probably, or watch on television possibly, or maybe see by yourself, I mean? How many visitors, I mean, which of them, 3 of them, visited by the most visitors as far as you understand?
As far as I understand, when I was a child and I go to the museum, it's not a lot of visitors there. And the last time I went to the museum, there's not a lot of visitors there too. Maybe because it's not a weekend. And when I go to Jamus, surprisingly, there's a lot of visitors there. So I think maybe the Jamus one is the most visited place.
Okay, thank you. Applause for, sorry, Aira, yeah?
Yes, I know.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, good morning. Thank you for giving me the time of yours to give a presentation. First of all, let's say thanks to our God for giving us a healthy condition so we can attend this event. Before I start, let me introduce myself. My name is Finalis MEO, and I'm from SMP and Development. And today I'm going to tell you about a beautiful place in Maui. And the place that I was talking about is the High Line of Jamus Foundation. Did you guys ever go to Jamus before? Or do you guys ever know Jamus? So, ladies and gentlemen, Jamus is one of the best destinations to go in Maui. Not only because the ticket to get in is cheap, but it is very cool there. There is pool, there is hills, there is some flying fox, there is a place to camp, and there is a lot of beautiful things. A lot of visitors go to Jamus because the place is very beautiful and there is a bridge that you can take a picture or a place that has a background of hills, mountains. That's why people like to take a picture there. And Jamus has a swimming pool and the swimming pool has different sizes. The first one is for children. The depth is not very big, so the chance of the children to get drowned is very small. And the second one is deeper. It's used for a teenager, and the depth is between the children's pool and the adult pool. The third one is for pool, there is toilets that people use to sit down or pee, and there is a bathroom for people to shower, to changing clothes and all. And around the pool there is a few tables too for people to put their bed, put their things and all, and a few chairs too so people could sit and watch over their kids. Around the pool there is a few shops too for you can buy souvenir and foods, drinks and all. And at the children's pool there are a few slides so the kids won't get bored and can play very long there. And for the adult pool, there are stairs, so if it's hard to get out from the pool, it will help them. Then, on the pool, there is a fine fox room, so kids could play from top hill to lower hills. Ladies and gentlemen, the next one is the Borobudur Hills. So, Jamus has a tea garden that has a structure look like the Borobudur Hills, so it's called a Borobudur Hill or Borobudur Hills. And from the peak of this hill, you could see things inside the pool, the camping park, and a lot of things. And not only for swimming or taking a picnic, Janus could be a place to camp. So the place to camp is called Penampilan. So around the pool there is a lot of tree that is very tall, like around 3 meters, and it's made the place ready. So if you camp there, you won't get hot and you can sleep there so much peacefully. And not only that, this camping place can have 400 people to stay there, and around the camping place there is a big mosque and a lot of bedrooms, so people won't need to wait to take a dump or pee. And not only that, Janus have a very cool temperature, so if you stay there, we could have a feeling of relax and calm to control the temperature. And there is a great story about Janus. So Janus is founded by Dutch people, and it was 1886 by colonial named Finalis. And then Janus is developed by Loka in 1097. And then there is 3 relics that show that Janus has a very old age. The first one is the old trees. It is having height by 3 meters and having more than 100 years old. Then the second one is the founder grave. The founder grave are around exactly the Janus, and the third one, that Janus has a very good golden discharge. From what I said before, we know that Janus is one of the best destinations in Naudi, and I really recommend you to go there because not only you can enjoy the calm and relaxing temperature, but you can enjoy the time with your family or friends. Let's go to Janus to feel the freezing, cool, and relaxing view of Janus. I think that's all from me. I'm sorry if there are any mistake in my speech. So you can
Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Baik, untuk selanjutnya adalah sesi tanya jawab.
Good morning, Karisa. First question. It seems to me that you know a lot about Jamus. How many times have you been there?
Once.
Oh, I was more than that. In fact, only once. So, how do you know much about Jamus?
From Instagram and a lot of media social, and I take some information and make it run into my paper.
Alright. Have you ever written something like reports maybe or assignment from your teacher to write about Jamus tea plantation?
Actually never, because usually we need to write assignment about science or mathematics.
I see. Well, knowing the way you are or you were planning or describing about Jamus, actually you must have been there at least more than 3 or 4 times, something like that. In my imagination, you know, but in reality, just once. But nothing, no case about that. Let me go to the next question. As far as you're concerned, like question I asked to the earlier participants in this case, placing Jamus on the first position. What about you? What place do you give to Jamus?
I'm sorry, what?
If I ask you to rank any kind of tourism object in Nauru, so what position do you place Jamus?
Sorry.
The third position? Why do you put Jamus on the third place?
Because it's quite far away from my house.
Only there?
Yeah, and it's very high, and it's like a long time for me to go there, so sometimes it's making me lazy.
I see. So it's a little bit controversy with your description, okay? Well, and then which object do you place on the first rank in Nauru? And why?
Because we can swim, we can play, we can take a photo there and do a lot of things.
Can you read it once more, please?
I choose Taiwan because we can swim there, we could take a picture there, we could enjoy the careful play, and we could come to and take a picture.
I see. You didn't swim when you went to Jamus last night?
No, because it's very cold.
I see. Actually, yeah, this is something like a little bit controversy between your topic you choose, and finally you didn't put it on the first place. That is no problem. As far as you know, between Jamus and Tower, you said between Jamus and Tower. What do you think? Which one is the most visited? I mean, which one is the most visited when we saw any other tourism object in Nauru? Which one is the most visited object?
I think Taiwan.
How often do you go to Tower in a week or in a month?
Probably once a month.
Once a month. can you tell me for what purpose will you go there, please?
I usually go to swim with my friends or family.
Do you go to town for swimming because of the school assignment or for your personal purpose?
Personal purpose.
Okay, so for the next question. Well, I would like to know a little bit more about Tamus. When you visited Tamus, or probably you plan to visit it again in the next time, which location or which spot in Tamus is considered to be the most wanted by the visitors?
I think it's Borobudur Hills
Yes, sir, you must give some reason.
because from south of Borobudur Hills we could see the Sumber pool, we could see the rice plants, tree, and a beautiful view from top of the Borobudur Hills.
Okay, thank you. Applause for Carissa.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Akil Hasan Kasmaba, and I would like to tell you my topic. My topic is the existence of Ngawi as the existence of Suryo Monument as a tourist destination in Ngawi. Monument Suryo is a monument built to commemorate the death of Arya Suryo and his two commission officers, all in the Suryo images for all. It is located in East Java in the region of Ngawi and the subdistrict of Donggala. The statue features Arya Suryo and his two commission officers, and the Suryo pointing in the direction of where he was murdered. Surrounding the statue was a botanic garden with various flowers, and also many other fountains surrounding the park. There is also a path to traverse around the park. The monument was officially opened in 1975 on April 28. The incident first happened in 1948, while Arya Suryo, the first governor of the East Java province, was traveling from Yogyakarta to Madiun with his two commissioned officers when he was stopped by the EJR, or Indonesian Communist Party. He was stopped and then let out from his car. Then his car was burned down and he was murdered. Surrounding the face of the statue is 4 reliefs. Those reliefs shows how the incident occurred. First, they were stopped by members of EJR. The second relief shows them being let out by the car and led to the middle of the forest. The third relief shows their car being burned down, and the last relief shows them being killed. The body was found the next day by a local woodcutter. Not only the monument features a statue, but near the monument there is also a park, a small park. This park is used for visitors to rest and eat food. There is also a restroom. The park features many vendors, and there's also there's also a tea pen, there's also a bird market, and it's also used as a rest area. In the park there's lots of flora, which means lots of plants and lots of flowers where we can look. Surrounding the park and the monument in general, there's a mountainy and hilly landscape, and it's very beautiful. Not only that, on weekends or holidays, the park grows in popularity exponentially. Not only that, the vendors and also other attraction in the park also increases. And for my part, I think the park is very beautiful, and I have visited there multiple times with my grandfather. And that's why I chose this location. It also has lots of historical features. Not only that, near the monument there is also a monument of where the car was burned down. It is located near the main monument and is in the direction of where Arya Suryo's statue is pointed. But even though there's lots of positive factors, there's still many negative ones. For me, when I was little, I very realistic, and it was a really popular place. There was a lot of people visiting, and there was a lot of vendors. But since when I was gone and I came back, there's lots of differences that happened. First of all, there was an inner structure that was built. This meant putting up many walls. This made it so that the treatment was not visible from the outside, and you had to pay an entrance fee to go inside. Not only that, the inner structure that had walls was half finished, which was really annoying. And also, the social design is also mostly broken. Not only just that, but many walls also block many road access. Those road access made the bar felt more enclosed, it felt like it was less open. So you feel more claustrophobic and less wanting to go there because it just didn't feel natural. And not only that, some of the walls also made the vendors lose places. And the vendors used the place as a source of income. But when the walls were replaced, they had to move or go away. This meant they had less places to income. And in general, the maintenance and at the social monument is just less impressive. But for my part, I think that they already done a good job at building a monument. Since I was last there, the monument was a bit dirty, and the surrounding nature was in the past. But they built a botanic garden that garden made the park feel and look much prettier. When you go to the garden, it felt more open and you could see the various flora and fauna. And even though there are many problems, I think that the Navi agency has done a very great job in protecting and keeping it safe. Because I think that the monument shows the respect of our local citizens and also the citizens of the East Java province, because it shows that we show respect to wrongs and victims that are done by the PKI and Mission Communist Party. It shows our respect and it reflects our duty and responsibility to protect our old heritage and also our ancestors. And it shows our respect to our ancestors. Well, even though the damage has already been done and also the part of this damage, but I can see that the WCC has improved in other factors. Well, not in the one of Turkey specifically, but in other tourist destinations, they've done a very great job. For example, in the Freshwater Spot when they found the Porsche, they made it look very pretty. Before there was no structure, but now it looks much prettier. It's all white and the facilities and protection they have there is very quick. They made a great job at making it a better place for tourists and other people that want to visit there. And I hope that they will be able to do the same to Monument Georgia, because it's kind of a shame that even though I lived for so long, progress hasn't been fast, but at least there was progress. The tourist industry is very important, not only for the source of income, but also for the source of popularity. The more popular you can make a city, the bigger its political status, and therefore the more power it has in its region. And I think that we should capitalize on this fact. Tourist industry is not just something that you can see, but it's also something we need and we use. Even though progress is not the fast, but even though it's slow, I think progress is being made. And as respect, we should be patient as progress is being made, and we should support any positive impact. That's all for my speech, and I'm very, very sorry for any mistakes that I've actually done. And that's for my speech. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Baik, untuk selanjutnya adalah sesi tanya jawab.
Good morning.
Yes, good morning, sir.
Very good.
Doing pretty good.
All right. In this performance, you choose your own. Well, my first question. Your name is Ankit, right?
Yes.
Is that your nickname?
No, that's my first name. My full name is Atik Adakasnova.
No, I mean how you friends call you.
For my friends, they just call me Atik.
I see. Well, Ankit, my first question to you. talking about Surya Monument, why the government, in this case, built this monument? Why?
Well, it was built by the citizen and government of each other to show respect to the victims of the incident, which is areas which were dispute money as these two commission officers, other than Georgia and Mrs. Roper. It shows respect because they were victims of the BKR, our Indonesian Communist Party. This shows that we should pay respect to the ones that help us, evolve and make a better country.
Then why we have to respect Governor Suryo?
Well, for me, because we are not here because we're not here just because of our own doings. We are also here from our predecessors. We can't evolve just from the present, but we also need to learn about the past. Because nothing ever happened without the past. The future or present, we need to have a past. We need to start somewhere. And if you don't learn from what has happened before, you can't learn in the future. You cannot learn anything, and you can't foresee the future, but you can learn from the past. And you should respect the ones that give you the information and educate you, so you can be prepared for the future and also for the present.
Okay. The next question. What can you learn? From Governor Suryo?
The first Surya is the first governor of the first governor of the province of East Java. That means he was pretty popular, and I believe that he also was in the Surabaya attacks, the 10th November Surabaya attacks. He was a great governor, even though it didn't last too long. He still was one of the first governor of the East Java province.
Alright, the next question. Becoming one of the tourism destination in Norway. What is your recommendation to the government of Norway?
Well, for me, I think they just put the money to the project just to the side for now, because right now it's not the biggest or most complex monument. There are more bigger and better tourist destinations that the government should focus on first, like Penampilan, Bos and Sunya. Those are more bigger and more complex, and they take much more money, but they are also more popular. But Sunya isn't that active, it's more passive. It just, the government should take its time. I'm not saying that everything is out. I'm just saying that progress is slow, but we should still support it. For me, I think the government should do is to spend more budget on, a bit more budget on facilitating and protecting tourist destinations.
Well, thank you.
Yes. Thank you. Terima kasih.